What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, of course, in today's video, we are going to be going over Solana. You guys seem to absolutely love the Solana videos, so I will keep them going, of course, as long as you do want to see them. So what we're seeing right now from the last video has been a lot of progress. Now, this is where we were when we made the last video, and what our whole goal during that video was to work our way up and to surpass the 786 at $124. Well, once we made that video, we did see that the price actually came down to set a higher low off of this low, while the RSI did go ahead and set a lower low. Now, that's going to be some textbook bullish hidden divergence, or hidden bullish divergence, of course, whichever way you like to say it. And so with that, typically speaking, we will start to see a big upward swing. The reason being that our RSI is creating enough room and enough buying potential for the RSI to work itself up a good bit, which is of course going to be run in parallel with the pricing, a big swing to the upside. And so typically whenever you see the RSI setting those lower lows with the price setting higher lows, you can still expect that that upward momentum is in your favor. And so with that being said, we were able to go up, surpass that 786 at $124, and to go up and set that higher high, just as we did say it would be able to. And so now it all comes down to what happens next. Well, let's talk about what some of the potential outcomes of this are and what we can do in order to take advantage of them. So what I'm looking for at the moment, of course, is the continuation of this uptrend. I do believe that since we were we pushed through the 786 so strong, we saw such clear and obvious hidden bullish divergence. Things just seem to be pretty green right now. I know we're approaching the weekend, which is typically a little bit red every now and then, but I'm still just under the belief that we're going to be able to see this thing push up to $146 over at least the next week or so. And so with that, my anticipation is still that we are going to execute on this Fibonacci extension if we are able to surpass this high and get a close above it. That's the key thing here. We got to get a close above $130. Just this wick isn't good enough. Once we see that close above it, I'm under the full anticipation that we go up to $146. So from the moment, I mean, that's still looking like a pretty solid trade of about 13%. So it definitely could be something to consider if you're looking to make a short-term trade here. Now, one thing we do need to pay attention to is that although I do believe it still has that potential, we need to look to see if there could be some type of pullback or cool down here, because of course, if that is the case, if you're short-term trading this, it may not be the best time to buy. Well, one thing we can see is if we do simply just go ahead and we're going to pull up our Bollinger Band width. And what this does is it's a measurement of volatility. It doesn't tell us where the price is going to go or anything like that, but it lets us know just simply how volatile the price is. Well, we know typically that once the Bollinger Bandwidth starts to reach this specific region here, that we can expect a bit of a cool down. We can expect a bit of a pullback and to see the price kind of consolidate a bit. Whether it's a gradual decrease or a gradual increase, it's just not so volatile and not so exponential. And we can see that the price is working itself within that same exact region. And so with that being said, I do expect that we may see a slowdown sometime relatively soon here. Could there be one more big push up? Sure, and the Bollinger Band just goes absolutely bananas? It could, but that's not the most common thing that we will see. It's typically more of a bit of a slowdown. And then as we do start to see the volatility decrease, then the Bollinger Band decreases, and then we see that big push up, which looks like that. So based off the hourly charts, I would say that this thing does look like it may have a bit of a cool down. So of course, do take that into consideration if you are going to be buying this thing right now. Just anticipate that it may not go up immediately as we do want it to or hope it would. Now, in terms of when the best time to be buying is and what support levels and all of that we need to be looking for, what I would be doing is drawing our Fibonacci's from our swing high, this all-time high, down to that swing low. Now, again, I would not be buying until we get a 4-hourly close. Let's go back out to the 4-hour. A 4-hour close above that high. That's absolutely what I would want to see. Now, if we were to see that happen, again, my price target is going to be right here at 1.618, which is at $146. Now, if we are going to see this thing roll over, though, what that's going to look like is the loss of our 618 at $119. So if you're taking a big risk, because buying at all-time highs is a big risk, if you're taking a big risk by buying right now, what I would say in my non-financial advisor opinion, of course, is that setting a stop loss somewhere around $117 would definitely make a lot of sense, because if we do come down and lose this entire 618 to 786 zone, that could be a key sign that we may be looking at probably some type of double top here, minor double top that could of course be followed by a more gradual or pretty fast, honestly, downtrend pretty soon thereafter. So I would say definitely play it safe if you are buying right here by setting some type of stop loss under your Fibonacci retracement levels. Give it time to breathe, but don't, I wouldn't YOLO into this thing right now, as we are starting to set some of these higher highs and the price does look like it's going on. Again, the best time to be buying these things are at the bus stop, and buying it after it's already surpassed that high may not be the best idea. Looking to buy it when that breakout of the 786, probably a bit of a better idea. So that's why you got to stay on top of the charts. You got to keep an eye on it, set your limit orders and things of that nature. So to kind of wrap this whole thing up, things are looking very, very bullish still. I'm very excited about what's happening. I'm still under the anticipation that our next short-term target is $146. So I'll be looking to see the price get to there. But the way in which we can confirm that the price may start to roll over, or we might start to see this being the, just the top of this big move before we start to see a big fall, is going to be if we do come down and start to lose that 618 at $119. That's currently what I'm looking at. That's currently my expectations, anticipations. And again, I did give you guys that little mini trade that you can take on, of course, at your own risk. So I will update you guys whenever we do get more information. Once we start to see some structure getting formed here and not just straight green up, I will update you all on what the breakout looks like, what we can expect, and more. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, of course, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.